What's happening, troops? Struxon here today with a brand new video, and today I have got the first upload of Cold War coming at you today, and it's going to be my best SND class setups video. Going to show you the best ones that have worked for me. It's obviously like only the third day of the game being out, so obviously people are going to disagree and they're going to have like their own sort of preferred attachments and that, but I'm just going to show you some of the stuff that's been working for me from playing, you know, wagers, tournaments, GBs the last few days. I'm not going to have the M16 because I'm pretty sure it's going to be banned out soon. It's already been banned on CMG and EaseHub, although you can still use it with like on Gamebattles with some attachments taken away. I'm not going to show that one, but I might release that in my public game class setup video, something like that. But anyway, yeah, you're here for the competitive S&D, guys. So here's the best classes that I've come across so far. So gonna kick it off with my MP5 subclass, guys. The MP5, I've just taken Shotzi's subclass. I've just basically carbon copied that, so if you already know it, you can skip past this one. But for those who haven't seen it, it's going to be the SOCOM Eliminator muzzle. You're going to use a 9.5 reinforced heavy on the barrel. Going to use the foregrip. Going to use the field tape. And you are going to use the no stock attachment. Now this is just like a really fast running gun class. It's obviously the MP5 is one of the strongest, like at medium to close range, it just absolutely fries, and if you can like hit your shots well, it fries at long range as well. I'm going to show you the pistol, guys. It's just obviously the the 1911. It's the same pistol for every single class, so I won't go over them all, but I basically just use the muzzle brake, use task force, I use speed tape, and I don't actually use I don't actually use another attachment on it just because I feel like it slows it down if you add more stuff to it. Obviously you got a stun grenade, Semtex, and I have a trophy system on every class as well. It's the only thing that can be used at the minute. I've also got used on my wildcard perk greed, and I've got flak and task in my perk 1s. I've got gearhead and scavenger in my perk 2s. You don't really need scavenger for S&D, it's just because it's perk 2 is a bit chocolate, there's not really much you can have. Obviously this just upgrades like your trophies quicker. And obviously in perk 3 I've got ninja and gung-ho. If they are using smokes and thermals and your user are going to be using smokes, guys, I'd take off gung-ho and put on cold blood, and that's the same across like a couple of classes. But yeah, moving on, the FFAR. Now a lot of people say this is the best AR on the game, and it is quite good, but it's a bit inconsistent for me, so I've actually got two classes. The first one I've got is, if I can show you what I've got on it, I use a muzzle brake. This is without a red dot, by the way. It's kind of like close to medium range. It does work. The iron sights are still quite good on it. But I like to use the muzzle brake, the first one there. I like to use the task force 19.5 on the barrel. I like to use the field agent grip, the SARS jungle grip, and the raider stock. Now like I said, there's a few other people using like different stuff, especially in the stock. Some people are playing around with the SAS combat, and a few people are just fiddling about with the airborne elastic one. I kind of prefer this one. It just seems a wee bit faster. Like if you're sprinting, you need to stop and shoot. It just feels a wee bit faster, especially without the red dot. Same again, use the stun, use the Semtex trophy. Tap, I got perk greed, same perks as before. Gung-ho, ninja, scav, gearhead, tac mask, and flak jacket. Again, this is one class that you can use a smoke on as well. Now, this is one of my bookie classes that not really anyone's using, but like it's it's a Strubo meta, it's a Strubo special. I've been using it and it's been working recently, right? The Krig, right? I've got two classes of this again. I've got the Krig, and I've got the AN PVS4 thermal on it. Now it takes a bit of getting used to, but you see, once you can handle a recoil on it, it's fucking amazing. If you can throw smokes down and just cover shit, because no one really runs cold-blooded in this game early on, as I've noticed. But yeah, thermal's like, it's fucking really good in some situations. I like to use the muzzle brake, the first one at the top. I like to use 15-inch CMV mil spec on the barrel. I like to use just the standard foregrip. I am going to play about with these and see what's actually better. Some people say the infiltrator grip's good as well. And I also like to use the SARS jungle grip. I was actually using Gunfighter before, and I had a lot more attachments on it. I had it completely filled out. But then what started happening was, when I was like, I'd maybe bring out the thermal at the start of games, I would go like 3-4-0 up with it, and then other teams had caught on. They need to use cold blood, and they started using thermal as well. And because I didn't have cold blooded on, I started getting like killed and losing a few rounds. So sometimes I switch it between having gung-ho and cold blooded. But for this just now, I'm using ninja and cold blooded with the exact same perks, obviously, as before. But I like to use smoke, obviously, with this one as well, with it being a thermal. Right, so second class I'm going to show you is my second FAR class. It's pretty much the exact same, all like perks wise, although I've got gunfighter on and I've got flak jack, gearhead, ninja. Flak jacket or tactical mask is a bit of a 50-50 because they might stun you more, they might nade you more. I use flak because if I'm using the red dot flak, I'm using the red dot FAR, I'm going to be posted up somewhere probably on a heady, so someone's going to try to take us off it. But I'll go through the attachments of it. Obviously I've got the gunfighter, so it's like a lot more attachments. I go for the micro reflex LED. I like to use the muzzle brake. I like to use the takedown 20.3. I like to use the steady aim laser, the SFOD speed grip. I like to use the 34 round mags. I also like to use the SARS jungle grip again, it seems to be my preferred one, and I like to use Raider stock. Like I said, you only get the 3 perks, so Gearhead, Ninja, Flak Jacket. I've got Stun, I've got a Frag Grenade on this one, and I've got a Trophy, and then obviously the 1911 is exactly the same. Right, AK47 Class, guys. Right, I'm still undecided about this. It does still beam quite a lot, but FAR's better up close. So play about with it is still quite a good gun. On this one, I have got my Microflex LED. I've got the muzzle brake. I've got the takedown. I've got the Spetsnaz grip on this one. It's like vertical and horizontal recoil, just kind of best of both. And on that, I like to use the Spetsnaz field grip, which is basically just the same as the jungle grip on the other handles, just with a different name. I was debating putting gunfighter on this, but I've actually been using up close and far range, so I'm using like all the perks. I've also got gung ho on this one instead of cold blooded, but obviously you can change that in the game as well. Stun, nade, trophy system, easy as you like. Right. Other Krig classes, one without a thermal, this is one with a red dot, so I'm going to show you that one. This one I have got gunfighter on because the gun does seem quite good with max attachments on it. I like to use, again, micro reflex LED. Some of this, what you've noticed is most of the ARs are quite similar in terms of what stuff I'm using. It's just what works for me, but like I said before, you might have something different in plan. You might change it up. Like to use the muzzle brake, obviously. Like to use the 15-inch CMV mil spec, same as before. Steady aim laser. I like to use the foregrip, like to use the 40 round mag, I'd like to use the SARS jungle grip again, and I like to use the Raider stock. Same pistol again, 1911, same attachments and that. I like to use a stun, like to use a frag, like to use a trophy system. And on this one, because once again this is quite a long range gun, guys, they're going to be trying to take you off it with nades and that, so I use flak jacket definitely on the Krig on this one. Gearhead and ninja, and obviously you need your wildcard as gunfire to have all those attachments on above. Right. Last one I've got, guys, is the sniper class. I haven't really used this too much, but this is what's worked when I have actually pulled it out. So I like to use the LW3 Tundra. I've actually got a thermal sight on it, but you can just have like the normal sight on it. It works perfectly fine. Just because I've been using it with smokes and that. Same again, 1911. Oh, I forgot to go through the other attachments, obviously. Like to use a 28.2 Tiger team. I like to use the infiltrator grip on the underbarrel. As you can see, it's just kind of like when you're aiming in and trying to move around the corner to snipe something, you can move a wee bit faster with that. I like to use a SARS jungle grip. It's obviously aim down sight speed, it's kind of like quick scoping easier, and obviously if you're getting shot you've got flinch resistance there as well. And I like to use the Raider pad as my stock. Like I said before, 1911, same as before. I like to use a smoke on it because I've got a thermal, but I'd probably still use a smoke on it if I was using without a thermal as well, just to kind of like cut off lanes and that. Like to use a frag because if you're going to be with a sniper, you're more than likely going to be posted back somewhere and you want to launch a nade far enough so it can maybe even bounce and roll, so I like to use a frag for that. Trophy system, and on here I like to use the tap mask and flak jacket because obviously you could get stunned and naded. Gearhead, scav, and I've got ninja and gung ho, but obviously cold blooded can be quite useful on your sniper as well, which is actually probably what should be on it instead of gung ho, because you're not really going to be running and gunning. And obviously you're going to need perk greed. So guys, that's just a really quick video upload for you. The first one of Cold War, like I said. I hope you did enjoy the video, hope you did learn something new, and hopefully the classes help you out. Let me know if you've got anything different in the comments down below, or something you disagree with, agree with, whatever. Let me know what works for you. Like I said, guys, if you could hit that like button and comment down below, it'd be much appreciated. And obviously we're trying to get up to 1k subs. We're getting closer and closer every day, and we're almost at 800 now, so really would appreciate it if you could hit that sub button. And yeah, guys, turn notifications on. Let you know next time I upload a video, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.